Hey, Peace World, is me, Wood again. I used to do the morning Wood as a daily check in. Really wasn't too productive, to be honest, but I liked to give some reactions to a couple of different things, subjects or headlines and whatnot. And so I thought that was a decent way to do it. But, you know, too much of anything is a bad thing. So I'm gonna try to keep this to 5 to 7 minutes for real. Couple of different things. One, boxing notes, some bite down boxing thoughts. Um, Ryan Garcia. I haven't. I'm keep it a buck. I haven't looked fully into what's going on, what transpired with his July 4th date not happening on the zone with Golden Boy. But I'm seeing a lot of shots being fired. Golden Boy came out and said that, or tweeted something out there that Virgil Ortiz, who's back up, I think July 24th, maybe July 24th, 25th, against Samuel Vargas, but he's the future of boxing. And of course, that was to the chagrin of Ryan Garcia. And what happened was Ryan Garcia wasn't happy with the money that he was being offered for the July 4th fight, even after it moved on from Jorge Linares as an opponent. And all in all, man, I just think I'm a little disinterested in what's happened at lightweight with Devin Haney becoming a champion via email or via announcement. He was moved off of he was became like champion in recess or something because of his shoulder surgery and procedure, and it got messy. Luke Campbell and Fortuna was supposed to fight for the title or whatever, and then would be able to come. Haney would be able to come right back and challenge either one of those guys to regain the title. All in all, I'm just getting to the point that with the division, lightweight and even super lightweight, as these guys mature, it's just messy. It's just being handled really messy. It doesn't seem like it's any real path or interesting path to get these guys to fight each other. We see that you had Teofimo Lopez there, who holds the IBF title. It looks like him and Lomachenko will get their fight on later this year. But it just doesn't seem like there's any real way to, one, gauge where the hell these dudes are in their career. I mean, what? Haney fought Abdulayev or whatever. Who's a top 10 guy, I believe. But to become, WBC champion, and again, I just don't know how any of these pieces fit together. It didn't seem like there was any way for these guys to ever meet, and it's great names, and it's great. It appeared that great, like 2.5 years or 2 years worth of great action could be on the table, but there's no mechanism in place to make it happen. And then in contrast, we sit here now and Masvidal and what's his name, Usman or whatever, are getting ready to fight this weekend. This dude is gonna lose 22 pounds in a week, to make this fight happen. I'm sorry, man. Boxing is just you just find yourself asking, why. To be frank, and was there no way? I mean, this Garcia talks about his social media following, and I'm hearing like thoughts that boxing like might not even be something he wants to do long term. But he is calling out guys like Gervonta Davis. He has said he wanted to make the fight with Haney, but what's the proper way to? And I know if this COVID situation didn't happen, the pandemic didn't happen, and the Linares fight went through, maybe that path to all of this stuff was there, and then the Lomachenko and Lopez fight went off. Maybe there was a path to bring all of this home in an entertaining and a beneficial way for fans. But as it is at the moment, again, for Garcia, was there some way for him to have some kind of sponsorship to offset what DAZN and Golden Boy couldn't offer him at the moment? I mean, it only stands to reason that with there not being any gate, that there's going to be a change. Now I see Bud Crawford talking about his guarantee isn't going to change despite the fact there's no crowd. I can see I don't agree with it, but I can see him talking about that. But Garcia, I'm sorry, man, you just haven't accomplished enough to take that rigid of a stance and not work together to try to figure out a way to get in the fight. Because now you're gonna come back. It looks like he's taking the Luke Campbell fight. That's like an eliminator or something over the Tago fight that was out there. But now you going in. Now you're talking about going into that fight having not worked. And then it appears it'll be all things even because I don't believe Campbell is going to get any work either. Uh, so like I said, it all just looks messy and disjointed. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not a proper build, in my opinion, to building the fights to the right magnitude. So I hope they figure it out. Before I get on off of here, there was another music note that I wanted to make mention of. So there's a special group out there called the Dinner Party. And they have a new record out, a new album, and the group is comprised of horn players, Terrace Martin and Kamasi Washington, and then piano extraordinaire Robert Glasper, who has a dope catalog, and then renowned hip hop producer Ninth Wonder. But they have a joint out. Like I said, the name is Dinner Party. You might can find it with Kamasi Washington, really dope saxophonist. Terrace Martin gets busy himself. I just want to call some attention to it because I think these musicians are guys in the black community, in black music, who've been pushed off to the side. And I think these guys do some really dope projects and are phenomenal at what they do. And jazz is just not regarded the way that it once was by the community. But that doesn't mean that this isn't a dope record. It's a joint on there called First Responders. This really dope. Freeze Tag has some vocals on it. But the other 5 or 6 songs on there, I believe, are all just jazz, straightforward. Not straightforward jazz, but just jazz. Leave it at that. But check them out, man. I think the project is dope. I listened to it once. Again, I don't always want to be bombarded by somebody's lyrics and messaging and what they're talking about. Sometimes it's just good to sit back and watch musicians do beautiful stuff with instruments. And these guys are all phenomenal individually. And go check their respective catalogs out, and then give this Dinner Party album a listen. So again, hey man, have a phenomenal weekend. My name is Wood. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Peace.